Alright, so back again for third installment of saving the Leafs franchise. And we are currently in the free agency period. So I've had a chance to kind of survey the free agent class this year, and I'm not entirely convinced that there's going to be that one person that's going to help this team. But there's a couple depth guys I think would be worth checking out. One of which, I'm in a tough spot with Mike Green. I mean, he's looking for 3 years. He's the longer term, the lower asking price. So, I could lock him up 6 years. That puts him at 35. That's a pretty good deal, especially considering I've got Shattenkirk on the top line. He would be a pretty good asset to have on the second line. But I don't know. I mean, that's a long-term commitment. But other than Green, a lot of these guys, I do need a fourth line center. So, and I need a backup goalie. But that's it. So I guess we'll go ahead and lock these guys up. Campbell, he's a pretty good fit. Ultra, he's also a pretty good fit. Yeah. I still got I've got some center depth, but I don't know if I'm quite ready to bring some of those guys up. So, I'm gonna go 1-year deal. Holcher's good for it. As far as the goalie goes, I mean, there's not a lot of great options, but I would like to have a backup that I can rely on. Looks like Dubnik's looking for 2 years. I could get him for a little over $1 million. I think that's, I might go. Yeah, I'll go 2 years. Give him the term he's looking for. Yeah, this D situation is tough because I could definitely use another righty, especially second pair. A lot of lefties out here, and then Mike Green. I mean, all these guys are lefties. I mean, so yeah. I feel like I'm almost obligated to at least make him an offer. But I don't want to overextend. I mean, this is a rebuild. This isn't supposed to be a just a plug and play type of thing. Although 6 points away from making the playoffs in the first season. So getting a guy like Mike Green, that could be huge. Yeah, I'm gonna make him an offer. Just see what happens here. I can always unload Fnuff if this kind of blows up, but I feel pretty good about offering him. I mean, it's amazing that he's rated as highly as he is, considering the last few years he has not been that great. But if he's ranked 88, he's considered an elite talent in the game. I think it's worth taking a shot. Maybe getting him till he's 34. Maybe 5.75. I don't know if that's going to be competitive enough. I'll go with the 5.8, which is what he's asking for. But let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, and the other thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see if I can get some good AHL players. There's usually a couple guys that are overlooked that are sitting out here as free agents. And I know in years past, these guys slip through the cracks or don't get drafted or, you know, what have you, and they're just kind of hanging out here. So I'm just going to go ahead and sort by potential and look for young guys, you know, guys that are like, you know, under 24, that are not RFAs. I mean, this Bowman guy, I mean, he's potential as a high top 6, 26, a lefty. I mean, this guy might be worth throwing in the minors for a year and just seeing what happens. I mean, he's interested in a 2-way contract. I can get him 3 years for 7.75. I mean, worst case scenario, he just sits in the AHL. Best case scenario, you know, by 28, he's a good trade bait, or, you know, playing in the AHL. Let's see. This might be another guy. Kenny Ryan. Right wing. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give this kid a shot. I'm not seeing a whole lot of these guys. I mean, there's usually not too many. There's a 19-year-old kid here. Sniper, real young. A D. Another lefty. All right, Mark Alt. 23 righty. Can never seem to have enough right defensemen. Go ahead and I'll go ahead and get him for 2. See what happens here. All right, so I think I had 5 spots available on my team. I put 5 moves in. Ah man, I don't know about this Mike Green thing. This might turn out to blow up my face in a couple years, but yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I just need to get back to the calendar here. All right, if this mimics anything like in years past, it takes a couple days for these guys to get back to you. So, I guess I'll send them a few days ahead and see what happens. Apparently nothing. Guess we'll go another couple days. Alright, Dubnik, so I got a backup pretty cheap. I got a 4th line center. I got a depth sniper. Depth right wing, Mark Alt. So Green has not yet responded. I don't know whether or not to be a little nervous about that or not, but I guess we'll see here. Went to Calgary with Weidman. That's a bummer. He would have been a guy that would have been a good piece to have. Unfortunately, opted to go to Calgary. So that's kind of a bummer, but what are you gonna do? I don't know if there are any other good right shooting defensemen. I can kind of take a look here because I still have that one spot available, and I could really use a right shooting defenseman. I just don't. If I remember correctly, I mean I went through a lot of these guys, and they're all lefties, so kind of poses a small problem. Damn, yeah, I mean this is slim pickings. I mean I do need somebody. I'm gonna go ahead and just make an offer to Derek Morris here, just get him for a year, because I'd like to have somebody just either as a 7th or on that 3rd pair. I think that's, I mean, barring his rejection, I feel like that's probably the conclusion of free agency. So unfortunately there was not any really big names except for Green, and you know, he went to Calgary, so gotta make do with what's left. Oh, Derek Moore. Oh, my roster's full. All right. Well, I guess that that settles that. It wouldn't have even mattered then about Green. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this thing goes this year, because I had not expected to even come close to making the playoffs in the first year of this franchise, and 6 points. I mean, 6 points away from making it to finish, you know, 7 over 500. That's pretty good for a season in which traded away a lot of the superstars. I you know, didn't make the kind of impact I wanted to in free agency, but you know, the young guys are getting a year older, and we don't have too many old guys. We don't have you know, any bloated contracts except for Phaneuf. So I feel like we're making progress towards the ultimate goal of doing this rebuild right and not trying to do it quick and dirty. Come on, new season. Let's go. All right. So salary cap 70.5. Should probably stop this just to get the roster established, because I couldn't do like the line changes or anything in the off season. So this is gonna be the first time, you know, I'm gonna have to make those adjustments. So let's see here. Let's see what the default